The fight between the Walt Disney Company and DirecTV for carriage rights of things like Freeform and the Disney Channel and, of course, ESPN's family of networks, well, that seems to have concluded, at least for now, after a very contentious fight between the two where DirecTV even filed a formal complaint with the Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC here in the U.S., for anti-competitive practices by the Walt Disney Company and their negotiation tactics. But that all seems to be somewhat behind us, like I said. The results of this are quite odd. Disney seems to have capitulated to everything that DirecTV wanted, and that could potentially change the financial landscape for the future of Disney's linear broadcast system for the worse, meaning that we could see revenues actually go down in the next few years if this deal is something that is perpetuated with other carriers out there as well.
Renegade Online.
Did you know AT&T was going to come into the ring? Did you know they were going to come be the big brother that Disney said, "Whoa, Nelly, whoa"?
Well, I mean, AT&T and DirecTV still have that relationship. So
Absolutely.
I think that was a big part of it. You know, AT&T had semi-merged with them years ago and then spun it back out and then all kind of weird stuff. Very similar relationship like what AT&T had with Warner Brothers and whatnot when they spun all that out. AT&T's downsizing, but they still have a very close business relationship with DirecTV. So really wasn't too much of a surprise. I think that they eventually were going to come in there. But what I was interested to see, and I think this is going to change things down the road, some of the things that I did not expect Disney to capitulate to, but did. So let's go through this.
Total defeat as far as I can tell. We'll go through the details. If you find anything that went in Disney's favor, you let me know, because I did not find any.
I didn't see anything here, except for the fact that they got a price increase, which is what they wanted. But remember, Disney didn't want to give up the rest of it. So let's go through it. Disney and DirecTV reach a deal, ending the blackout of ABC and ESPN. This from the Wall Street Journal. The pact returns Disney's channels to the satellite broadcaster after nearly 2 weeks of a stalemate. Disney and DirecTV agreed to terms on a new distribution deal and returned the entertainment giant's popular channels, including ESPN and ABC, back to the satellite broadcasters. 11.3 million subscribers this weekend on Saturday morning. The pact ends a nearly 2-week stalemate between the companies. DirecTV was accusing Disney of negotiating in bad faith. Subscribers were caught in the middle and missed popular sports programming, including college football and the first week of Monday Night Football on ESPN. Under the terms of the new deal, Disney is going to receive the increase in fees it charges DirecTV to carry its networks and local ABC television stations. While DirecTV has more flexibility on how it sells Disney's channels to customers, which was a key sticking point in the deal. I'm really shocked that Disney budged on this one, and I have my thoughts as to why.
And I suspect that it means that Disney actually didn't get the increase that we're talking about, because if you're able to cut up these, all of the Disney channels, and then you pay per channel or per genre bundling in this. Mm-hmm. In this clever case, then wouldn't that diminish the overall, even if the average price per channel goes up? Nobody wants Freeform.
If new signups, and depending on how this is going to affect customers, existing and new customers, and how quickly this is going to go into effect in terms of how these packages are going to be broken up, because people are currently subscribed, 11 million of them, to DirecTV, so these changes in theory would be now. So we'll have to see. But DirecTV and Disney are giving customers the ability to tailor their video experience through more flexible options, the company said in a joint statement. The company said DirecTV will be able to bundle and sell Disney channels by genres such as sports, entertainment, and children and family content. The ability to sell Disney's channels via genre means that DirecTV customers that don't want costly sports programming won't be forced to subscribe to those channels. As part of the agreement, DirecTV will be able to include Disney streaming services like Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu in select packages to its subscribers. DirecTV will be charged a wholesale rate to have the ability to sell the services, which will also be offered on an a la carte basis to all subscribers. So it sounds a little bit like what we saw a year ago, but there are some differences. When they had the issue with Spectrum this time last year, at the end of the day, Spectrum was willing to fork over the increase in carriage fees that Disney was looking for per subscriber. There was no breakup of the basic cable package, as it were. ESPN, ESPN2, or whatever, that basic set of ESPN that's in every basic cable package didn't change. Disney got their price increases, but what Spectrum got in return, which is what they were asking for, fine, if you want a price increase, this is what we want. If you're not going to break these packages up, then we want our subscribers with the basic package for the Disney stuff that they're paying for in the basic package. They all need to get Disney Plus and ESPN Plus as part of the deal for free.
So let me put that into some imagery for the audience out there.
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying, Valiant, and you correct me if I'm off on this. What you're saying is that Disney said, we want, so the pizza that we're selling you for $10, we want $12. And DirecTV said, okay, but we're going to be able to sell it by the slice as well. And when we sell it by the slice, you don't have to pay the same amount as you would for the full pizza. Oh, by the way, we're also going to get free breadsticks with this deal. And that would be the Disney Plus and Hulu side of this, where before the DirecTV subscribers did not have the additional free access of Disney Plus and Hulu. Now they do. Does that seem fair how I'm describing it?
To an extent, but I would go one step further and say they were selling the same pizza they were 5 years before, but this time they wanted to increase the price of the pizza and remove toppings from it and then sell that directly to the customers for an additional fee. That's what Disney's basically trying to do, and that's what Spectrum was arguing. So it's like, look, you're taking the pepperoni off the pizza, and then you're putting it over on Disney Plus, and you're selling it over there on Disney Plus. When you're leaving half the pepperoni, you're taking half the pepperoni. I mean, we're getting crazy with these analogies, but you get the point.
They were putting filet mignon on the pizza sold at the Disney pizza store, while DirecTV was stuck with day-old cheese.
Right. The idea is that here's the thing, and we got to remember, DirecTV, they went to the Federal Communication Commission with this, or the Federal Trade Commission. I can't remember which, but and they said, look, this is unfair practices because Disney is bundling their content, selling it direct to consumer with the same stuff that they're selling to our customers over here, forcing us to buy everything. But they're doing it over here piecemeal, and we don't have access to this. And they don't even want to negotiate that. So I think that filing, and this is the point, I think the filing that they made by DirecTV when they filed the bad faith practices complaint, obviously there must have been some teeth to this, because within a matter of a few days, Disney essentially capitulated to what DirecTV wanted, and that was, we're going to effectively sell you and your customers a choice of the same type of packages that we offer directly. You know, where you can buy a sports bundle, you can buy Hulu, you can buy Disney Plus. You know, now what's different here is that unlike Spectrum, the largest provider in the country, 14 million plus subscribers, DirecTV obviously is not as big, but they're up there, 11.3 or whatever. DirecTV is not getting Disney Plus, it doesn't seem like, for free for its customers. But then again, DirecTV is, unlike Spectrum's customers, the customers are basically getting a choice of what they can buy from Disney, which Spectrum customers essentially are not.
Is that then integrated into the DirecTV user interface? Is that how that's working, or do you still log in separately?
I have no idea what they're doing now. I mean, they just did this. So, I mean, I don't have a clue how this is going to shake out. I mean, currently, you're watching all the Disney products on DirecTV just like you would on Spectrum or anything else. But
it looks to me like, and I could be wrong, but it looks to me like Disney got a PR win So the first sentence in an article can say that the price for Disney was increased, so they'll make more money. And then every other thing about it is a loss for Disney. So they get the PR win, they get something they can hang their hat on, but the reality is DirecTV walked away with it all. It looks to me like that's the case.
More or less, yeah, because here's the deal, and we're going to find this out at the next earnings call in November, early November. What we're probably going to learn is that Disney's forward guidance for some of this stuff is we're going to see, more expected revenue decline on the linear side. Not just because of cord cutting, not just because of cord cutting, but now because if 11 million customers, and let's say only 3-4 million of them ever turn on ESPN to watch a sporting event, if half of them, if 5 million of those customers suddenly dump ESPN, and instead of $12 or $13 a month, maybe they're paying to get the whole Disney package now they're only going to be paying $5. I don't know. Meaning that, in this case, it looks like, DirecTV is going to get Disney Plus, for example, at a wholesale rate. Now, we don't know exactly what the wholesale rate is. It could be 30% off, of retail. So if Disney Plus is going to be, Disney Plus will be $10 a month by next year. So let's say that DirecTV gets it for $7, right? And then they can charge $10 a month or something. Or they'll throw it in a package with this. I don't know what wholesale rate is to them. Because, again, we've rarely had that because everything has been direct retail with Disney by and large, except for more recent things like where they gave it to every Spectrum customer. And I'm sure Disney is crediting some type of wholesale rate on Disney Plus on their books for that. And basically taking a piece of that linear revenue that they're getting from Spectrum and then attributing it to some wholesale rate of Disney Plus in conjunction. I don't know exactly how they're pulling this down. They haven't really given a whole lot of color on that. But with this one, it looks like DirecTV will be able to sell Disney Plus subscriptions as part of a package for some price that they'll have in there to customers. So now if they sign up for, X, Y, and Z, they'll get Disney Plus and they can buy Hulu too, and they can do this and that. And then DirecTV is going to make a piece of the pie from that sale of the Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus subscription. The issue here is that what is going to then happen with the next carriage deal, right? I have to go look and see who that is. Comcast, the last time they signed with Disney was 2021. And usually these deals go for 4 or 5 years. So we might see something with Comcast perhaps coming up next year or the year after. Spectrum is probably looking at this going, shoot, I wish we'd gotten this deal, because that was one of the big things that they wanted. Obviously, a year ago, Disney did not want to be put in the position to pull that trigger yet, to start breaking up their packages, because that has been the lifeblood of revenue for them, is to overcharge, what used to be 100 million cable subscribers, and now 60 to 70 million it's going down to. But that used to be their bread and butter for television, was to overcharge 70% of cable subscribers out there for ESPN who never watched it. Well, if everybody in the next 3 to 4 years is going to be able to say, I don't want ESPN, well, Disney's going to have to find that money somewhere. Again, they just signed a new 260 or 26 billion to whatever, 2.6 billion a year for the next 11 years with the NBA, right? Not to mention all the new deals with college football, Monday Night Football with the NFL. That cable subscription money that they rely on from every paying cable customer out there, which they're now going to start losing a bunch of those if this persists over the next couple of years. That money's going to have to come from somewhere. And right now, the stopgap was Venue, which that has had an injunction put on it by a federal judge because of Fubo. And it's now Wall Street's coming around saying it looks increasingly unlikely that that's going to ever take off. Gee, who told you that first the minute it was announced? This guy. I told y'all that wasn't going anywhere. And it's going to be, unless it radically changes what it looks like here. But, I mean, you look at this as part of the agreement. DirecTV will be able to include Disney streaming services to its subscribers. DirecTV will get a wholesale rate. and it will be offered on an a la carte basis to every subscriber. So if you have DirecTV, maybe it's going to be cheaper for you now to bundle your Disney Plus subscription through DirecTV than continue to pay for it at a retail level. What if it costs you $7 a month on DirecTV and you're paying $9 now?
Right.
You might give up that retail subscription and go to the other side. But look, here's the other thing too, is that, and this is what Spectrum got as well. This was also part of the Spectrum deal. DirecTV will have the rights to launch a new, much anticipated ESPN streaming service next year at no additional cost to subscribers. Again, if you're a cable subscriber now at Spectrum and now at DirecTV with satellite, if you have a basic package with ESPN, then this $30 a month, whatever Disney's going to charge for this thing, probably at least it's going to have to go at least $30 a month. You're going to get it for free with your cable package. So what's happening is that the cable companies are negating the reason for people to leave. They're getting the packages broken up from Disney, okay, to where they can now offer sports separately from everything else, because most people don't watch ESPN, and they're going to get the streaming service as part of it. So Disney's not going to double dip there. I honestly think Wall Street should have a whole hell of a lot of questions for Disney at this next earnings call, because the math ain't mathin' if you really look down the road here.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.